Hello everyone, and the football cards are finally back. Starting off the 2024-25 season with the brand new Adrenalyn XL Premier League. Now this is going to be the last year that Panini has got the Premier League. Is going to go back to, I'm assuming, Match Attax, because Topps have got the licensing back. Let's start off this year with a full binder update. Now, as you guys know, if you have been on the channel for a while, I always try to get these out as soon as possible, just because it shows you guys what the collection is all about, whether you want to collect this or not. You know, you might want to skip this one and focus on the Match Attax, or you want to focus on the Premier League, because say, you know, you support Ipswich Town, who obviously are not going to be in European competitions, but they will be in this collection. As always, the collection starts off with the kickoff cards. These kickoff cards are going to be exactly the same to the normal cards. However, you won't be able to get every single team. Now, usually they go for the bigger teams, and the newly promoted teams kind of lag behind until the full collection comes out. It's not different this year. I will be going through the full album, showing you guys what the collection looks like. And I will also be doing a multi-pack opening later on the channel. So if you guys enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I'm trying to get the channel kickstarted in time for the brand new 2024-25 season Match Attax. Let's check out this collection and see what's inside. Thank you for tuning in, guys. We are starting off this collection with the AFC Bournemouth badge, that lonely badge in the top left corner. That is the only card being released for Bournemouth, so any Bournemouth fans out there, unfortunately, you will have to wait until the full collection gets released. But as I was saying in the intro, where you do only get half of the collection, and you literally only get half the collection, so you will either get a badge, a stadium, or both, or you will get the full team, just like this Arsenal team. And starting off with the design, I think it looks fantastic. Panini always do a really good job when it comes to designing football cards. When it comes to randomizing the collection, not so much, but the design is always top notch. And probably my favorite thing from this year is you get the stadium instead of getting those weird formation cards. For example, you'd get a West Ham formation card that would be 4-2-3-1, and then we'd probably line up with a 5 at the back, or, you know, 2 strikers sometimes. And those formation cards didn't really work because you can't just play one set of players with one formation for the whole season. So when they release the stadiums, I think I'd much prefer that to just a weird, you know, lineup card. But you also get the badge, as you always get the badge, because how are you going to identify the team otherwise? And of course, Arsenal, I've got a brand new Adidas Gunners kit. I quite like it. I like the white shoulders, the shorts and everything. But the only thing I probably would add is maybe the away kit, or the third kit, because I know previously that have, you know, majority being the normal home kit, and then a couple of players would have the away kit, or, you know, the third kit. But it's probably something that we'll add in the extra releases later on in the season, like Match Attax used to. So again, I'm not complaining too much. Just a little thing that could probably make this collection slightly better. As I said, you either get a badge, you get a stadium, or you get both. For Villa, you only get the stadium. So I've been to Villa Park once. It was a West Ham away day back in 22, I think October, and we ended up winning that game 1-0 with Lanzini scoring some weird deflection. I remember that day really well. And it was a brilliant day, but the bus journey on the way back was horrendous. I think I got stuck in traffic trying to leave Birmingham. And it's not a nice place to be stuck in, guys. If you're watching from abroad, Birmingham is kind of like, you know, American Gary, or some weird place that no one really goes to unless you live in Birmingham. So shout out to all the Birmingham people out there. Next up, we got Brentford. Brentford have got a full team. They usually, as I said, do bigger teams over the smaller teams. Like, they don't include the newly promoted teams, almost never do. But they got Brentford in, I think, because Brentford are actually quite a decent team. They got Ivan Toney, who's one of the best strikers in the Prem, definitely top 3 in my opinion. I think it's Haaland, Toney, and Watkins right now. We've got the community, the G-Tech Community Stadium. It's really weird having a sponsor in there in the same sentence as community stadium. It should be like, you know, what's famous in Brentford? I don't know, some famous person stadium, not G-Tech. But what's cool about the stadiums is you get the capacity, you get the pitch size because they're all different. And when it was built, so quite a new stadium for Brentford in 2020, I think they knew they were going to get successful. I think they should have done more than 17,000 people. But alas, they can probably improve it going forward. Moving on to Brighton, and of course, it's some weird away or third kit. I don't know what this is. Maybe because Brighton haven't released a kit yet. Maybe they have. Maybe they have, and Panini's just already designed the cards before they did. But we've got the Amex Stadium, of course, the American Express, probably the biggest bank card in the world, and this weird green and black kit. I much would have preferred the home kit for Brighton, but I don't really care about Brighton because they used to always beat West Ham up until very recently when we absolutely smashed them. And I'm just glad that Glenn Murray is fully retired because that man used to go dry the whole season until he played West Ham, where he probably score a hat trick and probably do a bicycle kick as well, 3 headers, whatever. Man was an absolute menace. He's now fully retired. We beat Brighton. They're not a bogey team anymore. Let's move on to the next team, Chelsea. Chelsea only got the badge. So I made that joke about them only including the big teams. Obviously, Chelsea are in the rebuild stage, so I'd probably give them another 10th spot. But swiftly moving on before the down votes start appearing. Remember, guys, to like the video, not to dislike it, even though I did just diss Birmingham, Chelsea, and Brentford. We've got Crystal Palace. I've been to Croydon once. It was an absolute, I can't say this word on camera, but it wasn't great. When I was in Croydon, I think someone got stabbed, a few hours later. So I'm never going back to Croydon or Crystal Palace, if I can help it. We've got Everton, the Toffees, who have got that absolute gem there, Golden Goose, their piggy bank, Jared Braithwaite, who is trying to secure that bank at Manchester United. They did offer him 160k, and they did offer, I think, 50 or 60 mil to Everton, which Everton declined. But now Braithwaite is not signing that contract because I think he's on 60 or 70k. And he's saying basically, if you're not going to match United, I'm not going to sign an extension. The problem is Braithwaite has still got, I should stop saying Braithwaite, it's Branthwaite. He's still got 3 years on his contract. He can't do anything but to just, keep his head down and play. But of course, Everton know the longer they keep him, the less value they're going to get out of him. Never been to Goodison Park. Something I want to go, someplace I want to go to if Everton stay up this season, which they probably will. I don't know. We've got Fulham, Craven Cottage. I will say my favourite stadium in the Premier League. It's just so small, so compact. It's a very nice area, in the Chelsea boroughs. I've been to Craven Cottage numerous of times. My mate's a massive Fulham fan. I used to go when I was, much younger, before I started fully supporting West Ham. And you get a little cottage, for the special guests. I just think it looks really nice. It looks really homey, should I say. And yeah, top 2 stadiums, 100% for me in the Premier League. But now we've got Ipswich Town. Now, in the place that I live, if you're not a Spurs fan or a West Ham fan or an Arsenal fan, you're definitely an Ipswich fan. So when they got promoted, it was big scenes because Ipswich is only about an hour drive for us. I've never been to Portman Road. I do know it's a big stadium and it's a nice stadium. I've been to Ipswich once. It was alright, wasn't anything special, but I'm definitely planning on going back just to watch them play. And I think they're playing Hanover or some German team next or this Saturday coming up. I don't know if I'm free, I might go and watch them, but if not, Ipswich, welcome to the Premier League. What did I miss? No, I didn't. So yeah, we got Ipswich badge and we got Ipswich Stadium. So yeah, team we got 2. We've got Liverpool next up. So one thing I will say, it's really weird, but for some reason in the presets they will have a full team, but they will miss one card out. So I haven't got the stadium because they didn't release it, not because I didn't get it. I've opened enough packets to make sure that I didn't get it. Moving back to Liverpool, we've got Nunes, who I think is going to smash it this year. You know, he's got everything he needs to be an amazing striker. He spent a couple of seasons or last season adapting to the Premier League life. If he's not injured, I think he's going to be a very good striker. We've also got McAllister, who's, you know, just absolutely insane. I think Liverpool got an absolute steal from Brighton. We've got Salah, who might have one more good season in him, and then he's going to go to Saudi to secure the bag. And we've got Trent, who's like the star boy, Trent Alexander-Arnold, who wasn't a star boy in the Euros, but no one was, especially Harry Kane. Moving on to Manchester City, the Premier League champions, and they are highlighted as champions with a golden-plated top left Premier League trophy. If you can hear that yappy dog, I promise you it's not ours, it's the neighbours. We absolutely hate it. It gets kicked out when it gets too loud, and the whole of the street has to hear it. So hopefully you don't, but if you do, I'm really sorry about that. Alas, we got the Etihad Stadium with a 54,000 capacity. We've got the man robot Erling Haaland. It would be Eric Haaland if he took that English citizenship, but it won't happen because the man decided to win absolutely nothing with Norway. We've got Bernardo Silva, who was thinking of leaving Saudi but ended up staying. Rodrigo, who's probably the best player, and Edison, who apparently has got some beef with the second choice goalkeeper. You know, the German one, I can't remember his name, because he played well, the German keeper. The fans, I think the way it read, the fans wanted Edison out or replaced. Don't know how it happens, weird, but yeah, doesn't matter because we're moving on to United, who hopefully will get absolutely nothing from this season, even though they got the League Cup last year. They got Ten Hag, who's trying to build something, but then you got weirdos like Anthony, you know, weirdos like Rashford, who is the most inconsistent player in the world. We've got Casemiro, who has just like might as well lost a leg. We've got Maguire, who's just again inconsistent, and Mason Mount, who I'm not sure what he's actually doing there because the man only played like 2 games and scored 1 goal after being transferred from Chelsea for an absolute killing. We've got Newcastle, St James's Park, absolute home of football. Newcastle fans are insane. You know, if there is one stadium I want to go to, it is St James's Park, just because it looks absolutely mental. It kind of reminds me of the Dortmund Stadium, the Yellow Wall, just because of how crazy they go there, and of course get a complimentary sausage roll from Greg's. We've got Nottingham Forest. Again, you only get a badge and the stadium. Again, don't really have an opinion on them, but it's really cool because their stadium, the City Ground, was built in 1898. Probably makes it the oldest stadium in this collection. We've got Southampton, just a badge, just a badge. We've got Tottenham. Don't really have an opinion on Spurs. I've got a few mates who are Spurs fans. I do actually love the new stadium. Again, it only got built 5 years ago. If you're going there, it's not just a football stadium. You know, you can have a full 5-course meal. You can have bovril. You can have neck oil. You can have a ale that's brewed in the ground. It's a very smart business decision to build that stadium because not only can they, you know, rake in money from the season tickets being extortionately priced, but they can also rake in money from Chinese chow mein, sausage rolls, and Indian curries if you wish so. But moving on to West Ham. So West Ham, my team, the team where you pay £7.50 a pint, the team that signed James Ward-Prowse and somehow stopped him from scoring free kicks. So this man actually scored a corner kick before scoring a free kick, which he hasn't scored yet. We've got Soufal and we've got Souček who are getting on a little bit, which is a shame really because they're really solid players. We've got Paqueta, who went from being a £100 million player to being a player who might get banned for betting, you know, betting on himself, which is weird. We've got Danny Ings, who had the recent trip to Turkey and come back with a brand new hairline. And we got Mr. West Ham, Jared Bowen, who is like on a 7-year contract. He's married to Danny Dyer's daughter, who's a massive West Ham fan. I think if Even if he wanted to leave, that's never going to happen because he'll probably get home and get beaten up by the ex actor that used to play all the football hooligans. We've got Wolverhampton Wanderers for all the American fans out there. It's not Wolverhampton Wanderers, it's Wolves. We've got Super Stoppers kicking off the Shinies. Kind of self-explanatory. Super Stoppers, they're not going to be your centre backs or strikers, they are your goalkeepers. So far, we've only got 4 of them. We've got High Flyers, all the lanky players of the Premier League with Souček and Beto. We've got Gabriel being the defensive hero alongside Lewis Dunk, who, every single season manages to get these special cards. Don't know how, the man's inconsistent, at least when he plays for England anyway. We've got powerhouses, Aja and Mavropanos. Mavropanos, again, started off really well and became just inconsistent. And with Kodzuma, going through it and getting a little bit older, he is going to have to step up big time soon. We got Decore Relentless with a really cool green, blue, and red design. I think Relentless is like players that, can run forever, can do what the Kantes of the world, basically. And it's really weird because N'Golo Kante was supposed to be the West Ham player as of recent, but I think they just couldn't get the contract sorted out. Doesn't matter. Moving on. We've got Midfield Masters, who are quite nice card designs. Got that orange and got a crystal background, which is quite cool. We've got Model Pros. I think these are the players that rarely get carded. There's no scuffles on the pitch. They just do the job and go home. We've got breakthroughs. So the young stars, the future stars, the young players, the academy breakthroughs, whatever you want to call them. This year they are breakthroughs. We've got, what else we got? We've got Hypersonic. It's like a terrible Oasis song. I'm feeling hypersonic. My name is Darwin Nunes. We've got Adrenalyn, Rush, McNeil with De Bruyne and Kulusevski. Oh, almost missed Precision. James Ward-Prowse's Precision card. Again, the man that was like world record leader for scoring free kicks somehow just forgot how to take free kicks as soon as he joined West Ham, but still scored from a corner, so I'll let him off. We've got Adrenalyn, Rush, McNeil, De Bruyne and Kulusevski. I don't know what they've got. Maybe they've got some weird heart disease that makes the heart beat super fast. Don't know. We've got Magic Touch Jesus and Wemo, Jota, Silva, Garnacho and Maddison, so players with a bit of flair. Quite cool design, can't really go wrong. It looks like seafoam with a bit of, shiny holographic background. And probably my favourite designs, again, 3rd year in a row, we've got the Fire and Ice. We've got the Fire players and we've got the Ice cool players. Mason Mount, the only ice he's getting is probably an ice pack for his hamstring. Man's been injured and played like 2 games, so I'm not sure why he's in the ice team, but it doesn't matter because design is still really cool. We move on. Last couple of pages, guys, we've got McTominay, Bissouma and Alvarez, world class. Now, in my opinion, none of those players are world class. It's really weird because maybe they're world class for their national respected teams, because McTominay obviously starts for Scotland, Alvarez for Mexico, and Bissouma is that Guinea, one of the Guineas, I'm not too sure. It's just a weird selection of world class midfielders. So yeah, we'll move on. We've got the Phenoms, Saka, Van Dijk, Haaland and Fernandes. The best of the best. Really good players. Can't really argue with that. That's literally it. And now we've got hot shots. So the 2 strikers, Tony and Højlund. We've got an overperformer and a very underperforming striker in Højlund. Let's see how they do this season. I think Højlund is starting to adapt a little bit to the Prem. I think he went through a stage scoring 6, 7 goals in a row and then just declined again, which is weird. But now we've got the 2 final cards. We've got the trophy, the Premier League trophy. And that's one thing I do miss about the Match Attax Swap and Play tours is Topps used to wheel out one of these every single season, and my 13, 14-year-old self used to get Premier League trophy picture, and it'd be quite cool. You could even touch it if no one looked. So I wish they made a comeback. But finally, guys, we got that limited edition Bukayo Saka, who I pulled in. Well, I got quite a few of them because I was trying to hit the Saka number parallel card, but I didn't. So you can see there's only one Saka in there. But yeah, guys, I will be opening more of these very, very soon. I'll be doing a 5-pack opening tomorrow. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. For now, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one, and goodbye.